Dior Sauvage Elixir right here. Bigger price tag, but I think a more impressive scent than the previous releases from Dior in that Sauvage line. Welcome to the Fragrance Wardrobe. Okay guys, before we get into this review, I do want to remind you, if you do happen to like this video, do hit the like button. Also, comment, have you tried Dior Sauvage Elixir? If so, what do you think about it? Also, comment, what do you think that the best designer release of 2021 is or will be? And hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Okay, so price tag on these things, $155 for a 2 ounce. It's expensive, more expensive than the previous Sauvages that have come before it. Yeah, it's pricey. I think it's worth it though. I'll tell you why. So first off, presentation. You have a nice box. They did change up the presentation. They're open like that. For the price you're paid, you would expect a little bit nicer presentation, right? So your bottle, 2 ounce. This is kind of indented or recessed into the glass. Sauvage Elixir Dior, and you have this little concave or whatever in the bottom, and it does say CD for Christian Dior on there. Your cap will have the logo as well, magnetic cap. Everybody likes a magnetic cap. And your atomizer is what you expect from a Dior Sauvage. Very nice. Very nice. Pressurized atomizer. That scent is really good. Smells fantastic. Really dig it. Now, there have been some people that I've seen in Facebook groups and everything say, they don't get it. They don't get the hype on this. But for the majority of people that I know have smelled it, they're pretty stoked about this release. And in fact, people that come into work and everything, they're pretty stoked about this as well. Everybody's pretty much liked it. I haven't ran into too many people who haven't liked it. So your notes in this one are going to be, I don't know, a handful of notes. So in the opening, you'll have nutmeg, you'll have cardamom. You're going to have cinnamon. I think that they do list grapefruit as a note in the opening, but to be honest, I don't really pick up the grapefruit. Let me know if you pick up the grapefruit. I don't really get it, but I get more of just a lot of spice. Almost even feel like I'm picking up maybe like a touch of pine or something, and I'm not the first person to think that. I've encountered other people who've thought the same thing. Yeah, almost like a polo green opening, almost, but I mean, not quite. It's similar, I think. Your heart, you're going to have lavender, you're going to have coumarin. There's a ton of spices in here. That lavender is really nice. It's what you expect from a Sauvage. From the other Sauvages in the line, yeah, you're going to get that lavender. The ambroxan in here isn't as heavy as the previous releases. So the previous releases, you had a metallic feel or vibe to it. You also had very, very shower gel ambroxan overload. So like the EDT especially, tons of ambroxan, and it was very shower gel, had that metallic hit, to it. This one doesn't have that. So it does have ambroxan, but just not as much ambroxan, not enough to where you're going to pick up like that shower gel feel like you do with the other ones. It's there, it's just not as dominant, and you don't have that metallic scent to it either. You will also have some woods in here. I think there's some patchouli, there's some licorice. Now the licorice kind of, I guess, twisted me around a little bit. I thought that maybe there was like an amber or something in the base that was giving it like a warm feeling, a warm richness on the dry down, but I think it's coming from the licorice. But I think it's coming from that licorice. So there is a warm, kind of a warm feeling, very smooth, warm, I guess, feeling in the dry down. So once you first spray it, you're going to get slammed with all those spices. It's going to be very, very spicy. You're going to notice the spice. As it dries down, the lavender comes up, and the lavender smells really good. That's going to give you that kind of resemblance to the Sauvage DNA, mixing with a little bit of ambroxan. That's going to really give you that that feel of Sauvage. But there's also, I think it's the licorice that's giving it a very nice, smooth, warm undertone. So after probably a good 30 minutes or so of having it on skin, you start getting that warm undertone coming up. Now, it doesn't replace anything. Like, it doesn't really replace the spices. It doesn't replace the lavender, but you can feel and detect that warm undertone to this fragrance, and I think it comes across extremely well. It smells fantastic. So with Sauvage Elixir, you are getting a more standalone type of scent profile. Yes, you still detect some of the Sauvage DNA, but it's very toned down. You don't have the ambroxan bomb that you got with some of the other releases. But with the spices, all those spices in there, and that warm undertone, that warm, smooth undertone, it really sets itself apart and just kind of makes it its own thing. So great release, I think, from Dior. Sauvage Elixir, very good. Now, don't go out and blind buy it or anything like that, because there's really no need to go out and blind buy it. Every department store probably has it now. You can go sample it, probably get a decant, or get them to spray it on you and walk around for a couple of hours. See if you like it before you buy it. Just because I like it a lot doesn't mean you're going to. And there are some people who don't see the hype or don't feel like it's worth $155, and I get that. Personally, I think it's worth $155. The scent is different enough from the other flankers, from the original, that you're getting something completely new, and the performance is really good. So performance on this thing is, it's beast mode performance. So I've sprayed it on before bed before, and I've had to get up the next day and like wash it off my skin. I mean, I think this thing goes like 12 hours, so I get a ton of longevity with this. And the projection is heavy. It's very heavy. You don't have to spray a whole lot to get a really nice projection going. It doesn't take much. In fact, I spray this like at work and stuff for people, and do one spray in the air or on a tester strip, and I leave and I come back to the area in which I sprayed the fragrance, and you can still detect it floating in the air. It hangs around. So the performance is really, really good. Great longevity, great projection. I really like the scent as well. I think the scent was done extremely well. So for me, it's worth $155. For you, maybe not. This depends on everybody's personal taste. But I think this is going to be a great fall, winter release from Dior. I think it really is going to kill it in the fall. All right, guys, I do appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully this was a little bit informative and gave you a little bit of insight into Dior Sauvage Elixir. Do let me know if you tried it in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. Also, like the video if you liked the video, and subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and I will catch you guys with the next video. Again, thank you for watching.